Yo, what's good? This is Meaty. I just finished shaving my pubes, so I feel like it's the perfect time to tell this story. Today, I have a funny story involving pee and a water bottle. If that sounds a bit nasty, it's probably because it is, but it's also a lot worse than you're probably thinking. This was just a typical night. We were chilling in my basement, playing ping pong or some zombies, but I remember there were some females there this night too, which made the piss bottle situation even worse. It was me there, C-Bone. Obviously, it was me there, but it was me, C-Bone, Per Sauce, P Dizzle, and some females whose names aren't really important enough for me to think of fake names for this story. Actually, one of them, we'll call her Selena. She might be a bit relevant, but only because she's a bit of a B or not a nice person. And she did my boy Sizzle really dirty this day. Sizzle wasn't even there, and that's because of Selena's antics. Selena was typically not very much of a nice person. But she is pretty hot, so I guess it makes sense. But anyway, typically when I'd have the boys over, I'd just tell whoever to slide because there was a lot of room in my basement. I had a ping pong table, dartboard, good amount of video games with 2 TVs. So it was obviously a dope chill spot. And my parents never really wanted me to have more than like 5 people over, but I mean, there was kind of a backdoor situation. So, you know, it's always good to slide in the back door, if you know what I mean. With that being said, I told my boy Sizzle to slide because he wanted to link this day, you know? And I guess Selena didn't really like Sizzle for whatever reason because she took my phone and told him not to come. I was playing ping pong or whatever I was doing, and she just took my phone and texted him not to come, even though he was almost already at the crib. This was like 30 minutes or so after I told him to slide, and he wasn't there yet, but he was on his way. He was almost there. And he thought that I had texted him not to come, but it was really just this girl just telling him not to come for whatever reason while I was distracted. And she got on my phone without me knowing. I don't know. She probably had my password or something. I don't know how or whatever, but she was always sus, knocking down borders and stuff like that, getting in people's borders, if you know what I mean. But anyway, now you're probably wondering, what does any of this have to do with a piss bottle? And it doesn't. At least it doesn't have anything to do with the piss bottle's creation anyway. But it is relevant for the discovery of said piss bottle later on a later day by my boy Sizzle, who wasn't there this day but discovered it another day, but we'll get into that part later. So, for whatever reason, I was playing ping pong with C-Bone, P Dizzle, not the same person as Sizzle, but P Dizzle and Sizzle. I should have used different names, but whatever. And P Dizzle slips into the bathroom while I'm playing C-Bone in ping pong. And obviously, like, there's nothing suspicious about this. The bathroom's right next to the ping pong table, you know, you had to take a piss or whatever. But it wasn't suspicious until P Dizzle comes out with a water bottle with some yellow and foaming liquid in it. Now, I knew what this was right away. Like, I'm not an idiot. He just came out of the bathroom, and there's yellow liquid in a water bottle. It was obviously piss. Now, I was initially pretty upset about this because I don't want a bottle of pee spilling in my house, because then I'm going to have to clean up someone's pee. And that's obviously not an ideal situation. Bro could have just pissed in the toilet like a normal person, but he didn't. So, whatever. I'm like, dude, what the hell is in that bottle? Please tell me it's not piss. He smiles, and of course he admits it was piss. He's like, yeah, dude, it's piss. And my other friend started dying. So I give in at this point and admit, you know, it is kind of funny. Like, he peed in a water bottle. We were young, like, probably in, like, high school, sophomore year or so. And, of course, shit like that's always funny to young kids. And the girls, as you could imagine, were pretty grossed out, which just made the situation even funnier, which led to each of us, C-Bone and me and Per Sauce, all going into the bathroom, one at a time, with the same piss bottle that P Dizzle peed in. And we would come out, and the bottle would be a little bit more full every time somebody would walk out of the bathroom. Now, if that sounds a little gay, it's not, okay? We didn't touch peens. We all just put our peens near the same bottle and peed in it. There's nothing sus about that. And the girls obviously didn't pee in the bottle. Now we were just left with a bottle of warm piss. And we had no idea what to do with it after we finished laughing about the situation, which probably wasn't that funny, but we found it absolutely hilarious. After a long process of thinking about what to do with this bottle, we came to the conclusion that it would be funny to poke some holes into it so it would be leaking all over the place and throw it into the neighbor's yard, which is not cool at all. It's a butthole move, but it's pretty funny. And I didn't poke the holes in the bottle, but I was tasked with throwing the bottle over the fence with 4 dudes pissing it, keep in mind, leaking from the holes that were poked in it. So I threw this bottle as quickly as possible because obviously I don't want to be covered in pee. Of course, there were holes in it, so I did get some pee on me, which was super nasty. But that was it. We went back to doing what we were doing like nothing happened. The bottle's in the neighbor's yard, probably leaking all over the place. And we went back to chilling in there. But that's not where the story ends here. As my friends were all leaving, I remembered the pee bottle, and I felt pretty bad. So after they left, I hopped the neighbor's fence and got the bottle back because I didn't want to be a bad neighbor. And having my neighbor Teddy Bear, which is what we used to actually call him, wake up in the morning or be shoveling the snow in his backyard and see a bottle full of 4 teenagers piss, which, like, I feel like anyone wouldn't want to see that when they wake up in the morning. So I took the bottle, which was actually still pretty full. I guess we didn't really do a great job at poking the holes in the bottle. I guess we did enough of a job for a little bit to get on me. But I popped the fence back over with the bottle, and I just hid it in the backyard somewhere and just forgot about it. I should have threw it out, but it just stayed in the backyard. It was just there. It stayed there until my boy Sizzle, the one who got cucked by Selena into not coming over, came over a different day. I think it was to record a project for our class. We had a class together in high school that we had to record a project for, and we did it in my backyard. And a lot of this project that we were recording was outside. And without my knowledge, he found this bottle full of the 4 dudes' pee, including mine. But it was frozen at this point because it was winter and it was some time later. And that shit looked way worse than when the pee was fresh, dude. It was like layered and it was like a nightmare snow cone, basically. And he's like, dude, what is in here? Because it looked really like crazy. You wouldn't be able to guess. And I looked at it. I was like thinking, because I honestly didn't remember for a second. But then it hit me and I'm like, dude, that's piss in there. It's frozen. And he's like, dude, no way. Why would you have this? And he immediately dropped it. He was like not happy about the situation at all. Man, it was awesome. But anyway, I think I just launched the bottle into the East River, which was in the backyard of my house, which I should have just done in the first place. But I don't think I did that because the night that I got it from my neighbor's yard, I didn't want to throw it anymore because it was still leaking. But now it was frozen, so I just launched that shit. And if anyone was wondering, that girl Selena and her homies that were there that day all unfollowed my boy Sizzle recently. He wished her a happy birthday and everything. L in the comments for my boy Sizzle if you think that girl is foul. She is. She definitely is. She's violated me in some worse ways than my boy Sizzle. But anyway, thanks for listening to the story. Sorry for not uploading. I took a trip back to my home country of New York City for Thanksgiving. But I'm going to try and upload like weekly for now. Meats out, yo. We have the meats.